My beloved child. Stop scrolling for just a moment, because what you are about to hear was meant to find you at this exact time. Do not let your attention drift away. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. This is not a message of fear, but a story of hope, love, timing, and a remarkable discovery that changed everything. Imagine that somewhere, as the morning sun gently rose above the horizon, your soulmate opened their eyes carrying questions they could no longer ignore. They believed it would be another ordinary morning. They believed the day would unfold like every other day before it. But the very first moments after they awakened became unlike anything they had ever experienced. Something happened that caused them to pause. Something quietly entered their heart and refused to leave. From that moment forward, they knew they could no longer pretend that nothing had changed. As the first light touched the window, your soulmate found themselves thinking about someone they could never fully explain. They tried to distract themselves. They reached for their usual routine. They told themselves there was work to finish, responsibilities to carry, people to answer, and places to go. Yet no matter how much they attempted to silence the feeling, one thought returned again and again. It carried peace instead of pressure. It carried warmth instead of confusion. That thought was connected to you. They could not explain why your presence felt closer than ever before. It was as if every ordinary detail of the morning was quietly pointing toward one unforgettable realization. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The morning continued, yet everything around them seemed different. Familiar places suddenly felt unfamiliar. Ordinary conversations sounded distant. Even the smallest details seemed to carry hidden meaning. A song they had not heard in years suddenly began to play. A phrase spoken by a stranger sounded strangely personal. A simple smile from someone passing by reminded them that hope still existed. Piece by piece, the ordinary transformed into something extraordinary. They started asking themselves questions they had never dared ask before. Why had these thoughts returned today? Why did every road seem to lead back to one person? Why did the feeling become stronger instead of fading away? The answers did not arrive all at once. Instead, they appeared like the morning sunlight slowly filling every corner of a quiet room. Deep inside their heart, your soulmate realized that some connections cannot be measured by distance, silence, or time. Some stories continue unfolding even when no one can see them. They remembered moments they had almost forgotten. They remembered conversations that seemed ordinary then but now carried entirely new meaning. They remembered small acts of kindness, gentle words, unexpected encouragement, and moments that quietly shaped who they had become. Suddenly they understood that those moments had never truly disappeared. They had simply been waiting for the right morning to reveal their importance. The discovery did not arrive through loud announcements or dramatic events. It came through quiet certainty. Sometimes the greatest turning points begin with the softest whispers. That whisper gently reminded them that life is not only about the paths already traveled but also about the paths still waiting ahead. They realized they had spent too much time believing that opportunities disappear forever. But this morning showed them that genuine connections often wait patiently until hearts are ready to recognize them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they continued through the morning, they noticed something remarkable. Every attempt to ignore the feeling only made it stronger. Every distraction somehow circled back to the same destination. They looked at old memories differently. They viewed the future differently. Even their reflection seemed to ask a silent question they could no longer avoid. What if the story they believed had ended was actually preparing for its most meaningful chapter? That possibility filled them with both excitement and humility. It reminded them that hope does not disappear simply because it becomes quiet. Hope often works patiently behind the scenes until the perfect moment arrives. The discovery they made this morning was not about certainty regarding every detail of the future. Instead, it was about recognizing the value of what truly matters. They realized that sincere hearts leave lasting impressions. Genuine care never completely fades. Authentic kindness continues traveling farther than anyone imagines. Every encouraging word spoken in the past still carried light into the present. Every moment of patience still mattered. Every choice rooted in compassion had quietly shaped tomorrow long before tomorrow arrived. Your soulmate began asking themselves what would happen if they finally stopped allowing doubt to make every decision. They wondered how different life might become if courage quietly replaced hesitation. They imagined what it would feel like to move forward without carrying unnecessary fear. The more they reflected, the more one realization became impossible to ignore. Some people enter our lives not by accident but by purpose. Some encounters are gentle reminders that life still holds beautiful possibilities waiting to unfold. They could not explain why this realization became so clear today, but they knew this morning had changed something forever. Meanwhile, the world continued moving as though nothing unusual had happened. Cars passed by. People hurried through busy streets. Conversations filled offices and homes. Yet inside one heart, everything had become different. The discovery remained alive with every passing minute. They understood that life often changes internally long before anyone else notices. Great transformations usually begin where no audience exists. They begin inside quiet decisions, renewed hope, and peaceful confidence. This morning became one of those hidden beginnings. Perhaps you have also experienced mornings when something felt impossible to explain. Perhaps you have sensed moments that seemed strangely meaningful even though nothing dramatic occurred. Those moments often remind us that our stories are still unfolding. They remind us not to measure today's possibilities using yesterday's limitations. Your soulmate finally understood that lesson today. They recognized that waiting does not always mean losing. Sometimes waiting prepares hearts to appreciate what they once overlooked. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most important part of this story has not even arrived yet. What your soulmate discovered this morning continues growing with every passing hour. It has already influenced the choices they are beginning to consider. It has already changed the questions they ask themselves. Most importantly, it has awakened hope they believed had quietly disappeared. They no longer wish to live as though meaningful connections are impossible. Instead, they are beginning to believe that remarkable chapters often begin when people least expect them. As the morning slowly became afternoon, one final realization settled peacefully within their heart. They understood that every meaningful journey begins with one honest decision. Not a perfect decision. Not a fearless decision. Simply an honest one. That honesty became the greatest discovery of all. It reminded them that authentic love is built through patience, respect, kindness, understanding, and unwavering hope. Those qualities cannot be rushed, forced, or replaced. They grow steadily, becoming stronger with every sincere choice. So remain here. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because this morning was only the beginning. Your soulmate believes they have discovered something that may transform the direction of their entire story. They are still processing what it means. They are still gathering courage. They are still learning to trust what their heart quietly revealed. But one thing has already become clear. After everything they discovered this morning, they know they can never look at tomorrow the same way again. And what happens next may become the most unforgettable chapter either of you has ever imagined. A quiet moment can change everything, and this is where the story becomes even more unforgettable. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate carried the discovery from the morning with them everywhere they went, believing the feeling might slowly disappear as the hours passed. But the opposite happened. Every step they took seemed to confirm what their heart had already begun to understand. The discovery refused to fade. Instead, it became clearer, stronger, and impossible to ignore. Throughout the day, they replayed every meaningful memory they could remember. They thought about moments they once considered ordinary but now seemed filled with hidden purpose. A smile they had almost forgotten. A conversation that lasted only a few minutes. A feeling that quietly appeared without explanation. Suddenly, those scattered memories fit together like pieces of a beautiful picture they had never been able to see before. It was as though the morning had given them a new way of looking at everything. They asked themselves one question over and over again. Why today? Out of all the mornings that had come and gone, why had this one become different? Why had this particular sunrise awakened something they could no longer silence? The answer did not come through loud words. It came through quiet peace. Sometimes the greatest answers are not spoken. They are simply felt. Your soulmate realized they had spent too much time searching for certainty while ignoring the quiet confidence already growing inside their heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story is becoming deeper than anyone expected. As the afternoon moved forward, something unexpected happened. They noticed that every attempt to move on with an ordinary day somehow brought them back to the same realization. Every familiar road reminded them of hope. Every peaceful moment reminded them that some connections continue growing even during silence. Instead of running away from those thoughts, they finally welcomed them. For the first time in a very long while, they stopped asking, "What if nothing changes?" Instead, they began asking, what beautiful chapter could still be waiting ahead? That single question transformed everything. Their heart became lighter. The uncertainty that had weighed on them for so long slowly began to disappear. They understood that fear had been speaking much louder than hope for far too long. But this morning's discovery gave hope its voice back. It reminded them that patience is never wasted when it prepares someone for something meaningful. It reminded them that genuine connections do not depend on perfect timing. They grow stronger through sincerity, kindness, and unwavering faith in brighter days. As they continued reflecting, another realization quietly appeared. What they discovered this morning was never meant to remain hidden. It was meant to inspire action. Not rushed action. Not impulsive action. But thoughtful, honest, peaceful action. They understood that waiting forever out of fear would only leave beautiful possibilities unexplored. Life was inviting them to become braver than yesterday. Not because every answer had arrived, but because hope had finally become stronger than hesitation. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Imagine standing at the edge of a brand new chapter while still holding the pages of the old one. That was exactly how your soulmate felt. They respected the past because it had shaped them, but they no longer wished to remain trapped inside it. They realized that every sunrise offers more than another day. Sometimes it offers another chance. And then a final moment arrived. It was quiet. Simple. Almost impossible for anyone else to notice. Yet for them, it changed everything. They paused for just a few seconds and whispered to themselves, I finally understand. Not every detail. Not every answer. But the direction. They finally understood the direction their heart had been pointing toward all along. That realization filled them with a calm confidence they had never experienced before. There was no pressure. No confusion. Only peaceful certainty that some stories deserve another chance to be written. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But here is what makes this moment unforgettable. Your soulmate has not finished discovering the truth. The morning opened the door. The afternoon revealed the path. But tonight may reveal the decision. And that decision